One of the most powerful government agencies in Arizona faces a discrimination complaint, but it's not coming from just any employee. The former top attorney at the Arizona Corporation Commission now says she was unjustly demoted because she's black.
The commission strongly denies they discriminate against anyone and says they are prepared to go to court. Joe Dana is following this story and tells us why the former lead attorney is making such sharp allegations.
Robin Mitchell has been with the Arizona Corporation Commission for nearly 2 decades and became the director of the legal division in 2018. But she says in January, she was forced to step down from that position.
Can we have the legal counsel on this?
Elected leaders at the Arizona Corporation Commission rely on their lead counsel for advice.
Or in your discretion.
Robin Mitchell was that go-to attorney. But Mitchell says commission leaders removed her as lead attorney because she's a minority and a woman. In her notice of claim, Mitchell alleges commissioners systematically removed multiple female and non-white experienced employees and replaced them with new white male employees, amounting to discrimination based on race and sex and violations of the Equal Pay Act. Mitchell's notice of claim names 4 leaders at the commission and a policy advisor. They include elected commission chair Jim O'Connor and executive director Doug Clark. Mitchell alleges 4 situations involving longtime employees who were forced to transfer or pressured to leave their jobs as evidence of discrimination.
The big problem with people in certain positions in state government, a lot of them deal with politics.
Denise Blomo has been practicing employment and labor law in Arizona for more than 4 decades. She says in any discrimination case, an employee must prove they belong to a protected class, such as a minority group, and that something adverse happened to them.
You have to show that there's a connection to race or sex in a situation like this in order to make the case.
A spokesperson for the commission tells 12 News the notice of claim contains misstatements and inaccuracies, and, quote, the commission has not, does not, and will not discriminate on the basis of race or any other category, but bases its employment decisions on objective work-related criteria. Mitchell also alleges the hiring of her replacement proves discrimination. Mitchell had 18 years' experience at the commission and was making $163,000 as legal director. When she was demoted, she got a pay bump to $171,000. Her replacement was Thomas Van Flein, hired in February for the position that was advertised to pay $150,000 to $160,000. The commission hired Van Flein for a $190,000 salary. He last worked as chief of staff for Congressman Paul Gosar, and when hired, did not yet have a license to practice law in Arizona. Mitchell's attorney writes, the legal career of Mr. Van Flein, a white male, is devoid of any experience relevant to the commission. Mitchell alleges Van Flein was hired because of his political views that align with the Republican-heavy majority of commissioners. Van Flein tells 12 News in a written statement, neither Miss Mitchell nor the commission knows my political views. It is more than dubious I would have been hired because of them. Miss Mitchell is ignorant of my work experience.
Joe, there is a lot there, but what happens now?
So it's possible that there are discussions happening behind the scenes on this. Mitchell is asking for back pay and a total settlement amount of just over $900,000 to make this all go away. Our legal experts say the alternative is both sides dig in their heels, and this fight could go on for years in the courts.
All right, Joe, thanks.